Let's talk about how Wema Bank is looking to apply that regional banking framework in context of where we're coming from. Right now, we have so many banks across Nigeria, 24 in all, and there's a sense that can regional banking actually work? How is Wema Bank pursuing this?
Thank you, Wally. Regional banking will certainly work. And I think for us in Wema Bank, we pulled back and sort of did a good analysis of who we are. And we found out that our business actually is in the area we have chosen to play. What is called region in the space of banking authorization in Nigeria today means 12 at the most states of the country contiguously located, or 6 at the minimum. We have chosen to play 12 states, the 12 states of Southwest and South-South. And of course, Abuja is free for all as the Federal Capital Territory. Right. Lagos, as you know, the largest commercial center in the country, is part of Southwest. So what we carved out for ourselves, actually, it's where we have over 60%, if not 70%, of the GDP of the country. That is where we want to play. So it's going to play well because we play to our strength. Right. We pull in our resources from areas we're not doing well to concentrate on areas where 89% of our branches currently are located.
But how are you pursuing it more specifically? Because obviously we have institutional corporate banking, there's the consumer financing aspect of things. What exactly are you focused on as Wema Bank?
We lean on our background. We are the oldest surviving indigenous bank in the country. We're 66 years old. Actually, Wema was set up really to attend to indigenous enterprises in the days of old. And we have a whole lot of our clientele, a whole lot of our businesses residing with Nigeria entrepreneurs. And those are the individuals really that we're focusing on today. You call them commercial banking, if you like. That's our focus. And of course, the 150 million odd Nigerians are a huge market for retail banking. We pay lip service to that in the industry, sorry to say. For us in Wema, we set up a very strong platform to look after retail business. And I mean retail as in individuals, attending to their needs in liability, attending to their needs in loans, in consumer finance. That's two major areas that we focus on.
Well, you know, many argue that retail banking, the way it has worked for those that have been successful in Nigeria, is to focus more on gathering deposits from consumers and lending to larger corporates. But what I hear you saying is that you're looking to actually lend to the consumer sector. Yeah. And with the attendance risk, given the level of development of our consumer finance market, how do you hope to succeed there?
We will. Nigerians need this finance. And I think more and more, I think a lot more people are getting educated about tidying up their credit life so that you don't mess it up. For us, really, and if you go statistically, you could check, even in some other jurisdictions that have the same set of demography as we have, a typical place is in India. They don't have unique ID, which a lot of people have had to give as excuse for failure of doing retail consumer finance, for instance. They don't have unique ID in India. A huge population of 1.2 billion. Same here, we don't have unique ID, but they find way around doing this business. For us, one of the strategy we have adopted is to work with cooperatives. People have formed themselves, workers in companies have formed themselves into some cooperative union. We give the administrative headache of managing those loans to the cooperative unions to handle for us. So we lend to these vehicles,
so they are the ones
and the vehicles, they bear the risk, and the vehicles on lend to their members. But having said that, we also have some individuals that we qualify to do business with in terms of consumer finance. And from our experience, not too long, I would say, in the last 1.5 years, I don't think default rate on our consumer finance portfolio is more than 2%, if any, really.
That's very interesting. Okay, but let's talk a bit about the national banks and how, obviously, over the last 2 to 3 years, there was significant investment in branches. And to what extent would you say that has been successful for banks that have really pursued that strategy of trying to have a national footprint?
Well, I would say
Because you did that to some extent as well.
Yeah, we did that to some extent. I think the after effect of capitalization in 2006 actually forced a lot of people. They have a lot of money, a lot of banks with huge capital in their hands, and then the natural thing you want to do is to expand your operation. But we found out quickly, at least in our own case, that a lot of those branches are really now profitable because the businesses are not just there for all of us that flooded those markets to want to participate. I don't think more than 40% of branches of banks in Nigeria are profitable. So for us is to self-assessment. Those that are not profitable, incidentally, are these areas where we're closing shop. We have 17 of them. In the last 18 months, they are all loss-making. And not just because we don't know how to do it, just that the business is not there enough for all of us. So really, national strategy for all banks, I don't think it was something that really we should have pursued. Why? I mean, in the United States of America, a number of the banks there are regional. A number of banks are, how many really international or national banks are in America? You can't count them on your fingertips. People operate within either 5 states, 10 states, and all that. That exactly is what we want to do here. We can't all be everywhere in the country. It's not good. For the industry, it's not even good because these losses, what does it mean? It means you're taking away from investors' funds and all of that for just no good cause other than I want to be like the other bank. I think what this has done for all of us is to say there's a space. I mean, there's a place for regional banking, there's a place for national, and those who have the strength to play international, so be it that they go for it. But the good thing that CBN has done is the fact that all of us can offer the same types of services.
All right. Unfortunately, we can't take this further, but thank you. Thank you very much. That was very useful insight.